Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like my Facebook page, and follow me on Instagram. Have you or Miles ever played in goal?
So Miles did. He actually played at a pro academy level back in the day. He was at a Premier League academy. Unfortunately, he never got a pro deal. But I think at the age of 18, after he couldn't get a pro deal, he went straight into coaching. So he has been coaching since he was 18 years old. So I mean, how old is he now? I need to think how my brother is. So that means he's probably been coaching for maybe 16 years, professional goalkeeper coach. So he coaches. He's a UEFA A licensed goalkeeper coach. So that is literally the highest goalkeeping qualification and coaching badge you can have. He really is the best of the best. He's very, very good at what he does. I mean, I think you've been in our courses, so he really is excellent. And he also coaches at professional women's level in the WSL. I'm a bit of an odd one. So I was. You hear like those stories of people that are in like a car accident and then they wake up and they speak another language or something strange like that. I literally didn't like football until I was about 15 years old. Really, really weird. And then one day I just woke up and I was obsessed. I just got obsessed with football. It doesn't matter if it's Bundesliga, La Liga, Premier League, whatever it is. If it's on, I'm going to watch it. And then from then on, I've just been in love with football. And then through exposure to the company, my brother, of course, goalkeeping. I do play in goal at a real basic level. I mean, because I got into football so late, I didn't have the benefit of picking up the sport early. So I'm awful, in all honesty. I wouldn't put me in your 7-a-side team, but I do regularly play like 7s and 10s just down like Power League and stuff like that with friends. But unfortunately, I'm definitely not good enough to play pro or any serious level. But I just put all that knowledge and the gloves into the product itself rather than my ability.
Obviously, the clothing range that you've got is really, really good. My dad has the training top and trousers, and he loves it. So, are you gonna maybe bring anything else like that out?
Yeah, we've got some more stuff to come. We've got it's not on site yet, but we've got 3/4 base layers. So at the moment we've got the shorts and we've obviously got the trousers, but a lot of guys have been asking for 3/4, so they're going to be coming. We've got some normal training t-shirts similar to this, a bit more of an updated design, as well as shorts and kit. What else have we got? I think that's mostly it for now. We released quite a lot of stuff this season. Some really good stuff that I'm really proud of, like the Snood jumper. I think was really cool, and a half zip. I've also got a rain jacket that we haven't really. Yes, that's correct. Actually, we've got a rain jacket coming out as well. But for the most part, it's more or less still released. So to sum up, we've got the 3/4 base layers, rain jacket, and then we've got some shorts and some t-shirts, just basic training kit, and then obviously, of course, an updated flat cap.
Nice. So I see you're doing a giveaway of a pair of gloves and some kit right now. How's that going?
Yeah, kind of crazy. It's the biggest giveaway we've done. If you guys haven't seen or heard, have a look at our social or look at the hashtag lockdown Lootbox. We're basically giving away everything. If you go on our site and you can see it, it's in the prize. I think it's over 700 or 800 quid worth of gear. So every single Slayer on the website, including the 2 unreleased neon ones that we just spoke about. So the yellow and the pink ones, not even released yet. We might release them next season, but the winner's going to get a pair of them. So they're literally going to be the first goalkeeper in the world to ever have them in their hands. We've got all the base layer sets. We've got all the training gear, snoods, glove towels, glove wallets, glove holders. Probably left something else, but basically everything. So if you haven't, get involved. The response has been incredible. I think last time I checked, it was over 10,000 entries. I'm not sure what it's up to now, but please do get involved because everyone has a chance. And also, there's probably 15 ways to enter. Like you can follow us on Twitter, you can retweet on Twitter, you can follow us on Instagram, you can upload a photo of your One Gloves, you can share videos on social media with how you guys are keeping sharp during lockdown. It's been an unbelievable response. I mean, if you look at the hashtag lockdown lootbox, you'll see loads of examples of people, yourself included, just doing really good drills of rebound nets, or not even just stuff like that. Just if anything they can, really, just keeping sharp. And it's been an unbelievable response, and it's really good to see everyone's, like I say, keeping sharp during lockdown. It can be quite difficult, especially for people without a garden. I mean, I've seen a lot of videos of people just in their front room, diving around in base layers, or rebounding the ball off the wall. I'm sure mum and dad would be fuming about that, but we've got to do what we can. So yeah, it's been an unbelievable response so far. I think the draw will be on Sunday, I believe, and then we're going to announce it live on a YouTube live video the following week.
How long does it take from thinking and sketching a new glove to actually being able to buy it?
That is a tough question. It can vary. If we're talking like just new colorways, so you might notice that we normally release a new model like every 2 years. So the GOs might be around for 2 seasons, and then like the Slayers might be around for 2 seasons, and then what we do is we update the colorways and stuff like that. If we're talking a new colorway, anywhere between 3 to 6 months, because that's just a simple case of getting involved with the designer, having a bit of back and forth, and then getting a sample made. If it's an entirely new model, so like a Slayer or a Geo or a Nova,
yeah,
to be honest, that could take anywhere between 1 to 2 years. We try to work at least a year ahead. So, for example, when we had the final Slayer samples ready to go last year in September, we already had samples for the upcoming glove that you guys don't know about yet and haven't seen.
Wow.
So it's just like clockwork. There's probably, I mean, if we're talking models, it's probably like 3 key pillars to designing and producing a glove. So you've got myself and Miles, of course. Like we live and breathe the glove market. We look at what the trends and what keepers want. What isn't working, what is working. What do we like in the previous range? What do we don't like? There's always room for improvement. And then there's the keepers, you guys. We always heavily involve you guys. We normally put out a survey once or twice a year just to get feedback, similar to what me and Miles think, really. So, I mean, look, we've obviously got our idea of what we like and what we think will work, but we're biased. We own the brand. Of course, we're going to think it works. We need thousands of keepers to feed back into that and either confirm it or basically write it off and say, no, you're wrong. So we involve customer surveys once or twice a year. We want to know what cuts you want, what colors, what features, what did you like, what didn't you like. And then the third one is the pros. And it's the same kind of thing, really. It's all about feedback. And we'd ask the same questions that we'd ask ourselves or we'd ask you guys we'd say, what are you looking for at the moment in a glove? What is it that you didn't like or did like? What is it you really, really are missing in a glove or could improve on? Sometimes it's nothing, like it's, we produce a good glove. I can't help it. But there's always some little tweaks and or at least some good ideas that you can test. So you'd collate all of that information. That can take at least 3 months. And then you'll feed that into a brief to our designers. And then the design process can be probably another 3 months, 3 to 6 months, maybe just back and forth with the designer. Again, saying, don't like that, do like that, take that off. Yeah, love that. And then eventually you come to a couple of concepts or multiple concepts that we will take to our production team. And we'll sit down with them, we'll take them through all the specs, all the features, and then they'll go away and try and make some samples. Then we get the samples back. And then a sample is a sample. It's never right first time. And I showed you the example there on the EJ1. You never get it right first time. But once you have a decent sample that you're happy with, that probably goes through another 4 or 5 revisions back and forth between the factory until you kind of get it perfect in your mind. And then, like I say, all of that kind of comes together. And then that itself can be a 1 to 2 year process to be honest. But there's so many samples that just don't work out. I showed you one earlier. I've got some more to show you a bit later as well. But that's about it really. It's definitely my favorite part. I mean, I've been with the brand for 7 or 8 years personally. My brother's well over 10, maybe like 12 years. So, and I never ever get bored or tired of that process. It's so much fun just to see your ideas come to life and then to hold it in your hand, something that you've basically made, is unbelievable.
What would you say has been your most popular ever glove?
Probably going back a while, we had a glove called the Pure Edition, and that was just a plain. It might even be before your time, really. I don't even know if you'd be playing in goal when we had this glove. But it was just a plain white glove, negative cut, and it was just a really simple, clean design. People loved it. I mean, it's kind of where we took inspiration for the Pure Edition, or the Slayer Pure. That's why we called it the Pure, because it's kind of a throwback. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's kind of a throwback to the Pure Edition, which was released in maybe 2010, 2011. I mean, you definitely weren't in gloves then. Maybe you were. I don't know. So if you look it up though. If you Google One Glove Pure Edition, you'll find a picture of it. And actually, you know what? I might be able to find a picture on my iPad while I'm talking. So there's that. But obviously, we've grown a lot since then. And after that, I would say the Nova Type 1. That was the first glove we had in the Prem. Rob Elliott debuted that in 2014 for Newcastle, and that kind of kick-started us being in the Premier League consistently for 5 or 6 years with a number one. So that was really popular for obvious reasons. You know, it's on the number one goalkeeper at Newcastle. That's on Sky Sports every other week. So that was really popular. And then most recently is I mean, you might agree with this because everyone's screaming for this to come back, is the Geo Nebula 2.0, the purple one. Did you remember that? Like, people absolutely go crazy for that.
Someone literally put a comment on, are you ever going to make them gloves again?
But yeah, the Nebula, it's my personal favourite as well, to be honest.
It like the purple version of these?
Basically, yeah. That's why we released the Aurora, actually, because we saw how popular the purple one was, and we thought, we know what, let's mix it up.
There's a little bit of purple down there.
A little bit, yeah. And I really love what we did with the glitter in there as well. I mean, it has no benefit to the... Yeah, I mean, it has no benefit to the glove or the keeper, but I mean, I'm sure you agree, we love stuff looking cool. I mean, that's side. I mean,
it looks really
if you say otherwise, you're probably lying, because everyone likes to look good. So I think the same goes for boots or kit. Like, everyone likes to have nice looking stuff. So obviously we don't have a Geo range anymore, but we did try to bring back the Nebula in the Slayer. It was actually the very first sample we made over a year ago. So where are we? Here we go. So this was going to be the Slayer Nebula.
Yeah.
So it's not bad, but me personally, you know, I'm very particular with the designs. I want them to be perfect. We couldn't quite get the colors right. I think you can see, for example, the latex purple, we couldn't quite get right to match the color behind here. There's a bit of a clash as well, and to be honest, we were on quite strict deadlines to get these out as well. So it got to a point where, me personally, I just couldn't get to a point where I was happy with it. So it's another example of the gloves that, you know, one of the hundreds of samples that get made, and we look at it and we say, no, we're not going to release that one. I mean, I'm sure some people would love this still, but it hasn't come out. But with that said, we are still working on this. Like, it's because I love that glove so much and you guys love it so much. It's like, it's a genuine like mission for me to, I don't care what happens, I'm going to make this colorway work somehow. So we've actually got samples being made for next season's range of Slayers in just loads of black and purples. So if you love the Nebula, guys, it is coming next year, I promise you. It's just taking a bit more work to get it to a level that I like personally, because I'm a perfectionist and everything I do. But it is coming. We also actually had like a black version. So it's exactly the same, but with a black palm. that design actually works, I think, speaking personally.
Yeah,
So
I,
if
th-
I
I
get
think
this on.
that would work a little bit better, to be honest. Because
So
yeah,
this
like the purples clash a little bit.
exactly. So the black palm actually works, but I didn't release it because I'm conscious of the fact we have a lot of black gloves, a lot of dark gloves, and it's very similar to the Boss, to be honest, in terms of the look. So we
Yeah,
didn't feel a need for it. But as I say, bit of patience. The Nebula will come back in one way or another. And to say
yeah,
exactly, I mean it's
yeah. Because you
quite
got
dark.
it's like a blackout with like black palm as well. The
Exactly.
only
Yeah.
really colours on these are like the blue around the logo.
Yeah. What colour palms do you prefer? Do you prefer black or white, or are you not fussed?
To be honest, it depends what colour the backhand is. Because if it's like a full black backhand,
Mm.
then the black palm as well looks quite nice. But and then with the pures again as well, you got the white backhand and the white palm, which looks nice. So if you're
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
for like a blackout or a white glove, then I think it looks quite nice. But then, for example, if you take, hang on, yeah, these ones, the azures,
Yeah.
the blue with the white palm looks nice, I think.
Yeah.
So I don't really have a preference. I think it just depends on what the backhand colour is, really.
Yeah. I guess the only benefit really is it's easier to clean, or at least it looks cleaner if it's
Yeah,
black. Like
yeah,
that's the only thing. I mean, it doesn't make any difference to the performance, but you look at it and you think, yeah, that still looks great.